Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RanDOTA. As always, I am D, your host for the show where the meta doesn't matter. And we're going to do something special today, because this is the 2-year anniversary of RanDOTA. This is episode 104. That means 52 weeks a year. This is 104, that's 2 years. This is a special cast. We're just gonna follow this guy for a minute while I talk. This is a special cast because for a couple of reasons. First off, this is a replay cast. That's not why it's special. This is a replay cast from one of the big names in the Dota 2 casting scene. Specifically, this is a replay posted to his Twitter feed by dairyuun. For those of you that are unaware, dairyuun is he's mostly serves as a color commentator, I'm pretty sure, but he can do play-by-play. He's a good caster and very entertaining. I do recommend going and watching his stuff. He streamed this, and this is one of his games. That's one reason it's special. The other reason it's special, let me show you guys just how long this game is. Counting the ending where it's just sitting there looking at the dead ancient, this is 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 15 seconds. I decided to make this one a special one by making this the longest RanDOTA we've had so far. It's a very fun game. I've already previewed it once. I tried to cast this once before, but it didn't work out. Let's go ahead and, I can already tell you, dairyuun is on the Radiant side. We'll go ahead and introduce the teams. Starting in the bottom lane for the Dire side, we have Danny on the Rubik, currently helping out Mephisto on the Weaver. They're up against Kubnasters on the Phantom Lancer, who's being helped by Seldrick on the Keeper of the Light. Mid lane, Shonizimaj, I don't know, playing on the Zeus in the mid lane, up against Bestie playing the Storm Spirit. So it's a battle of the lightning in the mid lane. And then finally, top lane, we have NWGLS, or I'm going to go with Noogles, playing on the Earthshaker, up against, alongside Dota Ninja playing on the Sven. They're up against Gyro on the Sand King, being supported by one of my favorite characters, K22 Grenade Lily on the Techies. Got a suicide blast off attack from the Techies. Dota Ninja's taking a ton of damage here. Caustic Finale does actually have a slowing effect. It's only a 30% slow for 3 seconds, but hey. Meanwhile, down here on the bottom lane, Mephisto taking a couple of shots from Seldrick. The problem for the Radiant right now is that Koob has a lot of people in this game that counter him. Because once he gets his juxtapose going and he's got the illusions, Rubik counters him a little bit with Fade Bolt. Weaver a little bit, not nearly as well as anybody else with the Swarm. Zeus with Arc Lightning can just spam that out as long as he's got the mana for it. And the illusions will go down quick. Sven, combination of Great Cleave and Stormhammer means Sven can just chop through the illusions quickly. Then of course there's Earthshaker. If there's a maximum number of illusions in your entire team, Echo Slam is pretty much going to kill everybody. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of good counter to the Phantom Lancer. Makes me think that Phantom Lancer got picked up first, and then the rest of the picks was Dire going, hey, let's just counter this one guy super hard. It's going to be quite a lot of Illuminate spam coming out, because Keeper is really good about that if you think about it. He's good about keeping his teammates topped off on mana with Chakra Magic, and he can top himself off and just blast out Illuminates constantly. Regen for Bestie. Two on the Techies, actually doing okay. I'm gonna let you know now. Like I said, I've actually seen this match before. I tried to cast it before, but it didn't take because of a encoding issue with my sound. Is anybody else having a problem with Windows 10 randomly changing how the sound is processed? Oh, hold that thought. Gyro's gonna go down. And then Tutu just blows himself up trying to get the kill, but not gonna get it. But like I was saying, is anybody else having a problem with Windows 10 where suddenly your sound output will get louder? Mine does that occasionally, and whenever I go to turn it back down, it messes up the recording of my vocals. It messes up my audio recording, and I I've tried several things to fix it. I'm still trying different things, but we'll see. I might just need to get a slightly more robust audio mixer. I usually use Audacity. I'm actually recording this with NVIDIA, which I hate doing. But yeah, since this is a 2-hour game, you can understand I was a little bit miffed that I lost 2 hours of recording. Tutu really just deciding I'm going to blow myself up constantly, but then again he's playing techies. Also, watch for the techies because a lot of the map ends up covered in little green dots on our mini map down here because of Tutu and how many explosives he tends to plant. That's not a spoiler, he's playing techies and this is a high level game. Telekinesis Cube up and back a little bit, but not enough to really be a threat. Danny taking a couple of shots, but now they're going to go on Mephisto here. The bug is in trouble, and he doesn't have time left, but he does have Shikuchi. Now, Bestie is already 6, so Ball Lightning is online, but what we're looking for, or what the Dire are going to be looking for first off here, is getting Thunder God's Wrath online, which should be coming up now. Because a Zeus with Thunder God's Wrath is able to snipe anybody from anywhere if they have enough health missing. Soldier taking a couple of shots from Mephisto, but the Weaver's going to back off because... That said though, Gyro does fall in the top lane. Thunder God's Wrath did come out, but... A Burrow Strike, Enchant Totem, Stormhammer combo. Gyros are right back in. Doesn't give up, which is good. You don't want to give up. Noogles. Just a bit of farming being done. It is 2-0, it's at just about 7 minutes, but hey. Trust me, the game speeds up a lot coming up. Good Phantom Rush forward, but... This is actually what you should probably see in the mid lane after a while with Storm Spirit versus Zeus. Because Zeus is dependent mostly on his ability to spam his spells. Whereas Storm Spirit, as long as he can get a spell off to activate Overload... Gyro dying again. Another Enchant Totem, Stormhammer combo. Blast Off and Burrow Strike didn't save him, but... So right now, top lane kinda going pretty heavily in Dire's favor. Mid lane mostly Radiant, bottom lane about even. So it's actually pretty equal game so far. Of course that doesn't stay. This is Dota after all. Another Thunder God's Wrath coming out. Bestie, Ball Lightning's away. And he's going to get away with just barely any health left. Remember, while you're in Ball Lightning form, you are invincible. Noogle's calling Techies and Sand King missing. Sand King comes back in. Gyro! Oh, come down just as Koobnasters managed to take down Danny. Can they get him in the revenge though? Doppelganger's forward. And they're gonna get him with the Arc Lightning. Shown trying to catch up to Seldrick, but the Lightning Bolt and the Arc Lightning not gonna be enough. Zeus can do some serious damage, but Dota Ninja's now moved down here on the down to the bottom lane. Good Illuminate hit on Mephisto takes him down to way lower health than he'd like. Spirit lands forward onto the Dota Ninja. Out comes the Illuminate. Mephisto takes a ton of damage, but Koob has to use Doppelganger. He goes trying to get onto Danny, but not going to work. They do manage to take down Mephisto. So 1 for 1. Carry for a carry. Another Illuminate on Danny, not quite charged enough to kill him outright though. Gyro getting some good farm going, but still way ahead on the farm is Bestie. Oh, speaking of Bestie though, he's getting chased down by Dota Ninja and Shoni. He's at the shrine, he activates it. Drops the Static Remnant, takes the Stormhammer to the head, and then just... he'd have to ball lightning his way out. He doesn't have the mana for it. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here, if he can get the Stormhammer. Never mind. Thunder God's Wrath comes through. This is how it begins, folks. All the mines. So proximity mines at this level do 350 damage. That's actually quite a bit. They do deny the top tier 1 on Dire said, so first tower is down. Juxtaposes out. An Invisible Keeper. Not the greatest threat in the world, but still pretty dangerous. Especially if you're going to run forward like that. Although, if you're paying attention to Shikuchi and you see the little animation that says, hey, I ran into somebody, you'll know there's an invisible person near you, I think. Oh, Gyro falls again in the top lane, but Ball Lightning, Danny's gonna go down next. Where did Gyro die? Oh, he died past the tier remnants of the tier 1, but Tutu is just creating a death field here. If you're wondering why he's putting the mines so far apart, it's because they've been patched so that you can't put them right on top of each other. So you can't have an entire minefield concentrated on one small spot. You cannot put them in the active area of another mine. The only reason I mentioned that is because I didn't know that until I looked at the skill description when I first tried to cast this. But they also don't have a time delay, or they don't have a lifetime. They will stay forever if nobody blows it up. Which of course means that Techies is now a lot more dangerous if you think about it. Noogles and Dota Ninja moving up to the top lane. Dota Ninja, if you're not... Okay, I was gonna say, if he's not careful, he's gonna walk right through a minefield that'd kill even him. Let's see, his current level spend would need 3 mines, I believe, to kill him. Thunder God's Wrath seals the kill on Coob. Actually, 550, that means you need 4 mines. Guaranteed. Seldrick also dies. Lightning bolt missed, but we're going to switch over to Hero Chase for a bit. Not much happening at the moment, but that being said, looks like someone's about to. Seldrick's in trouble. He's getting jumped on. He's not going to make it out of this. Telekinesis him up, and he's down. He's dead before he hits the ground. Thunder God's Wrath comes out again. Not going to be enough to kill anybody this time, although Bestie and Tutu are in some serious pain. Yeah, all those green dots right there on the map, on the mini-map, in the top left of the mini-map there, those are all mines planted by our Techies player, by Tutu. Spirit Form just got activated. Gyro had taken a bit of damage here from Mephisto after a good burrow strike, but Danny is the main target here for Coob. That being said, Gyro's is looking like he's on the menu. He's not going to make it out of this. He's got a bug on him. They know where he is. Danny falls behind this, but Gyro goes down as well. Back to free camera for a bit. And that's the danger. That right there is the danger of playing against the Techies. You gotta make sure you got vision of everything, because the mines will blow you up. Coob not gonna make it out of this. Mephisto getting attacked by an illusion. Noogles jumping and Yeah, he didn't actually slam on any heroes. That's the fun part with that. Because if you ever hear Earth slam, and he kind of asks it as a question instead of stating it. Oh, Tiki jumps in with an explosion. There's another one. Good smack from Gyro. He's going on it. He's gonna try and get it. He wants a double kill. Can he get it? After taking down the Sven, Burrow strike forward. Bestie actually picks up Mephisto's kill. Jumps forward onto Danny as well. Bestie gets the double kill. Can he get out of here is the question. No, he cannot. He doesn't have the mana for it. Burrow strike forward. Sandstorm. Noogle's taking some damage, but Spirit Lance. Phantom Rush forward, and there's another kill. This is where things start to pick up, because we're now at 23 kills at 19 minutes. We were at 2 at nearly 7 minutes. And the bottom lane flows with a river of blood. Doppelganger forward. They're going on Shoni, but the problem is Coob ends up giving up a double kill along with Gyro, and the techies blow themselves up on Dota Ninja without getting a kill there. Zeus does fall, but who was that? Tutu picked that up, so he did get a kill at least before blowing himself sky high. Good Illuminate takes out the rest of the creep wave. At level 4, that means you can channel it for 5 seconds. That means you can do a total of 500 damage. That's actually quite the nuke. Mana Leak onto the Earthshaker. He's just going to sit still and let it go. Also remember that with Chakra Magic, you can actually get a cooldown reset of up to 6 seconds, so you can actually make it so Illuminate comes out constantly. It's already got a 5 second. It's already got effectively a 5-second cooldown if you don't release it early. So I know I'm spending a lot of time on the bottom lane here, but that's because the bottom lane's where the action's always been, except for with Gyro in the top lane. Although that being said, mid lane is in trouble. Stormhammer. Mephisto comes in as well to pick up the cure and secure it onto Gyro. He does apologize for the steal, but hey. He's the main carry for the team. He's level 13, so. Also, I'm going to tell you now, there's actually going to be somebody at the end of this game with over 1,000 creep score. Minor spoilers with that, I guess, but hey. God's Strength coming out from Dota Ninja. Echo Slam onto the... and caught the real one. Doppelganger is going to get him out of there, though. Electric Vortex on... no, Coob falls to Dota Ninja, but... all the jumps... Noogles is not going to get out of this. Question is Mephisto going to get a revenge kill? Out comes the Epicenter channel. Dota Ninja standing right on top of it. 3 for 1 in the mid lane so far. They do lose the tower, but... Burrow straight forward. Shown. Seldrick falls to Mephisto on the back of this. As they're chasing the Zeus, they want him down, but oh, again with the bug. The swarm bugs are actually doing a ton of work for Mephisto here. They're keeping good vision. They do provide vision. Unless, of course, you become invisible, in which case the bug just falls off and dies. And now look at this. Stasis traps are up now. The remote mines are coming out. Level 2, that means 450 damage per mine in a radius of 425. Let's see, his attack range is 700, so... well, about half that circle. Well, a little more than half, of course, but... But yeah, this is also what Techies does, is they lay booby traps everywhere. They act as minor wards, but I mean, they cost 170 mana at level 4. Granted, wards also don't do 750 damage per hit, so... Cube and his minion and his illusions just going straight onto the ancient black dragons. Arcane Rune just sitting in the river there. He's not going to pick it up. He does have a diffusal ready. And he's moving on to the Manta style. Also has a Vlad, so he and his illusions are going to be tougher to kill. Spirit Lance coming out on Noogles. Gets that. Good long range jump in with the ball lightning from Bestie. They're going to back off though. At least at first. Swarm comes out. Doppelganger. Echo Slam on to technically 3. Another ball lightning forward. There's the Nimbus as Zeus finishes his Aghanims. That's a dead Storm Spirit. And a stolen... Yep, Rubik steals the ball lightning. Well played, Danny. If you're wondering what I mean, a Nimbus, Zeus gets the Aghanim Scepter. His upgrade gives him an extra skill called Nimbus. Basically, target anywhere on the map. I think you have to have vision of it. And the Nimbus will cast lightning bolts on targets in the area. Well, for 35 seconds. Will not target invisibles, and it targets a random enemy, so it's not it's not the most useful skill in the world, but it does damage. Bestie stealing some of the last gold and experience from the ancient camp. Ancient prowlers, that's what those are. Thunder God's Wrath committed here. Doppelganger onto the Zeus as the ball lightning from Bestie comes in, and there's another kill. 14 to 23 at 26 minutes. Oh, but here's a big jump in. Danny ball lightning forward, helps and actually takes down the Phantom Lancer. Ball lightning out from Bestie. In comes Gyro. Oh, the Fissure's just a little early. Meanwhile, Danny dies to the remote mine. Well, not remote mines, just the mines. Seldrick dies to Donut Ninja down on the bottom lane next to his own tower. Donut Ninja's lost a ton of health, mostly to these mines. Bro Strike as Mephisto gets distracted by the mine, but not going to result in anything dangerous, really. Not a whole lot going on. Although Seldrick gets found by Noogles and Dota Ninja, Danny's here as well. In comes the liftoff, or the blast off from Tutu. He's now currently facing down against basically 3. Stasis Trap does catch the Earthshaker, but The mine goes off, takes down the Earthshaker. Bestie jumps around, tries to find Danny, doesn't quite get it. Stormhammer finally takes down the techies. Gyro and the Dota Ninja currently facing off. The epicenter does slow down Dota Ninja and do enough damage, he's going to fall as well. Meanwhile, Danny, this is a ballsy move because he's like, I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to try and run the whole way because I'd probably get caught and killed. Instead, he just sits here, waits for his teleport or his TP to come off cooldown, and TP's home. Another good eliminate. Then just one problem with the super long games like this is that eventually it does kind of start to drag. Luckily, things do pick up eventually, and we end up with, I counted it up. I think the total kill score counting between both teams ends up being like 150 kills. Also, I'm going to try something since I'm doing this with NVIDIA. Hopefully that doesn't screw everything up. Okay, good. I can actually go up higher when I'm recording with NVIDIA. That looks much better. Another Spirit Lance onto Dota Ninja, but not going to be much follow-up, so... Well, let's actually see if we can go all the way to the top. The best looking settings. I mean, there's not a whole hell of a lot of difference there, but hey, still running at about 70-80 frames per second, so... Now, Scepter on Keeper is a very good upgrade, because it means you never have to spend the 100 mana to activate your ultimate. He's permanently in spirit form. Also, because now... Oh, good Thunder God's Wrath. Not good enough, though. Mephisto. Lincoln Sphere broken. Bestie's jumping all over the place, but that's kind of what Stone Spirit's supposed to do. They use the Orchid Malevolence on an Illusion of Zeus, though. Out comes a good 3-man Echo Slam under the Nimbus. Takes down... Meanwhile, though, Tutu takes down Mephisto at just before the Phantom Lancer and the Storm Spirit fall. 2 for 1 so far. The daylights come, but the techies have fallen. That's 1 for 3. Out comes a Fissure. Stasis Bomb. Or Stasis Strike goes off. Celtic getting an Illuminate ready. It does heal, so he does just blows up Danny in the face. 4 for 2 at the end of the day there. But the fight's not actually over yet. Bestie comes back in. Ball lightning straight into the dead Earthshaker as the bombs go off. 4 for 3. They do lose the tower, but a 4 for 3 is how this is going to end. Like I said, you got to be careful when fighting techies, especially when you're going through tree lines like this, because if you're going through a tree line, chances, and there's a techies that's been on the map active on the map for a while, good chance you're going to walk into a bomb. And techies bombs do a ton of damage now. Come on, this thing right here does 750 damage. Roshan's still up and about, but hey. We're not going to hold that against him. Somebody will kill him eventually. Good ball lightning forward onto Mephisto, and that's going to be enough to kill the bug. Remember with Weaver, you got to kill him before he can get off his ultimate, and he's already at level 20, which means time lapse is free. This game gets going real quick. This game starts off seeming one-sided, and in fact it is one-sided for a while, but it turns in, this is going to turn into a bloodbath, even more so. Like I said, this ends up with like 150 kills between the two teams. Excuse me. All we need for the Manta on Coob is the ultimate orb, and that's about 400 gold away. Doing a little bit of dewarding our Noogles and Danny. And techies now have a scepter upgrade, which actually gives them 2 upgrades if you want to think about it that way. Because this gives you have better cast range and damage on remote mines. Combine that with an Aether Lens. That's a really good cast range on those. Let's see. You can cast those from basically across the screen. But the other upgrade it gives you is a little bit more silly and subtle. It gives you an upgrade to your minefield sign. What it does is your minefield sign hides proximity mines, stasis traps, and remote mines from true sight. Normally, true sight is a great... Scan goes off into the Roche pit, but nothing there. Normally, true sight is one of the only safe ways to see the techie bombs. If you can't see them with true sight, you're screwed. Swarm went off on Roshan. Bestie gets caught by all 5 and just annihilated. Desolator's up on Mephisto. And the Dire are going to move in on Roshan. They don't have the greatest lineup for this, but they do have a good lineup for killing Roshan. Or what I meant by that, I'm sorry, I said that weird. Basically, they don't have a great lineup for killing him quickly. Even with the Desolator on the Weaver. Quelling Blade moved into the backpack. Sven has an immortality, so he's got an extra life. Arc Lightning, and there's the Diffusal Blade starting to do some work on the Zeus. He's not getting out of this though. Coob picks up the kill. He's at 21 on this Phantom Lancer, so. Remember, if you if you see the Nimbus, you can actually attack it. It gives you, I think, 100 gold. Let's find out. 100 gold destroyed by an enemy hero. Oh, it affects the closest enemy, not random enemies. I'm sorry. I don't like giving out bad info. Let's check levels real quick because we've got some high ones already. 23 is the highest on the Radiant, and then a couple of 23s on the Dire. So. Yeah, this is not even halfway. We're about a third of the way through this. Actually, no, not even that much. That's a third of this is 100. Let's see, a third of 130 is a little. Actually, yeah, we are. A little under a third of the way through, because that would be about 40. Let's see, 40 minutes. 43. About 44 minutes. The Dire are actually moving around in a good-sized group right now. Ball lightning forward on the Mephisto, but the Lincoln Sphere breaks the electric vortex. Echo Slam on basically nobody. Not a whole lot happened in that fight, but That said, Gyro's doing work. He did some good split push there. Got rid of the tier 2 on the bottom lane. So the first tier 2 is going to fall in favor of the Radiant side. Manta is up. Next up, he's going for an Eye of Scotty. It's not a bad choice, actually. Pipe of Insight coming up next on the docket for the Sand King. And of course a Force Staff for the techies. This is also one of the big dangers of techies, that remote mines, their ultimate can be set on top of each other. So you can have a huge explosion just waiting for you. Give me a sec. Just gotta switch over to Hero Chase again. Gyro trying to split push again. Bounty rune for Danny. Gyro's just hiding in the tree line smartly. Mostly it seems like they're trying to avoid fighting right now. Thunder God's Wrath coming out. They've found Gyro. He's back in the tree line. Can he avoid the... Can he get out of this? No, he cannot. That's just uncomfortable sounding, Weaver. The tier 1 falls on the top lane. Mephisto just goes up and smacks it once, really. So we're down to the tier 2s for the Radiant side, along with a ton of seemingly randomly placed bombs, and a couple of tier 2s for the Dire. Good ball lightning forward. Nimbus comes down. Noogle's not going to make it out of here, though, as Seldrick gets in with the Illuminate. Bestie jumps into the river. And then out of the river. Seldrick still just kind of hanging out. Seldrick is actually a good healing unit now. Because once you've got the Aghanim Scepter upgrade, Illuminate actually will heal. So it can heal you for up to 500 damage during daytime hours. It's 3 bombs. At current level, that's 70, 1500. That is 2,250 damage in that pile. In this pile, depending on if all of them are the same level, 3, 6. I think it's about 6, so that's not 3,000 damage. This is 4,500 damage. There is literally no hero in the game that can survive that under normal circumstances. Gyro finds himself a fake Zeus. That's fake Zeus, dude. That's just fake Zeus. Yes, I'm trying to be topical. Deal with it. I actually try to, and if anybody on here if any of you guys follow me on Twitter, I do make some political comments on there. I'm going to stop that eventually once I see the country going in a way that seems healthy for it and everybody in it. But for the most part, that's not going to stop me from making topical humor. And that's a Force Staff into death. Yeah, safety goggles ain't gonna help you when you've got, like, 4,500 damage on a Zeus. I mean, he's got less than half that in health. Coob has to get out of there. Stormhammer onto Gyro. He's not gonna get out of that. Or is he? Currently, yeah, he might. 2 seconds left on Burrow Strike. Coob turns and goes on Dota Ninja. Mephisto time lapses back to full health. Gyro gets pulled back in. Unfortunately, those remote mines did not quite catch. Those did, though. Noogle's gone down. 2 for 2 so far. Mephisto falls as well. And Tutu gets a double kill in a dominating streak. 2 for 4. This is why techies are dangerous. They are literally just walking... They're literally just a walking pile of death by explosion. Yeah, they can see you. He's got a Gem of True Sight now. Which of course means during the day he is called the legal map hack. Bestie has now been recalled to the mid lane. Tutu going back to setting up his deadly, deadly minefields. That's a very Illuminate, actually, it's, like I said, pretty powerful after a while. Nobody is 6 slotted yet as far as I can think of. No, Techies is getting close. Well, not quite, but... Weaver could do better getting rid of the Magic Wand or the Aquila. Coop's gonna run into Noodles here if he's not careful. That's an invisible Earthshaker. The Nimbus and the stun comes out from the fissure. Lift back. He's not going to get out of that. Stolen Doppelganger. Yeah, techies, you're supposed to do this. Exactly this. If you ever wanted to know how to play techies, this is it. Wander around, set bombs, make traps, blow people into bits. That's your whole job. Stormhammer comes out, but he's already outside the Nimbus. Thunder God's Wrath comes out as well, but the Burrow Strike's going to get him away from the Shiva's Guard. This is unfortunately not going to help them defend this tower. Now, he could channel the Epicenter, get ready, and then blink on top of them, but the tower's already gone. And the Dire quite wisely back off. Roshan is back. And right there is why you always want to make sure you're careful when walking up a hill against techies, because he quite literally took the Weaver from more or less full health to dead in the span of about one explosion. And that's a level 4 Dagon up for techies. We're getting close to the time of the Cancer Lancer, folks. He's building up to a butterfly, which just makes a Phantom Lancer incredibly hard to deal with, because if you can't hit one of them... He did take the 15% magic resist as opposed to 15% evasion, but... Let's see, where was it? Yeah, Butterfly does give you 35% evasion, does stack diminishingly, but hey. I'm just tossing on a remote mine to blow up a Earthshaker illusion. They see that and now they're like, oh crap, there's suddenly like a ton of mines right there again. But if Techies plants the minefield sign, you'll see, they become super invisible. Underground's Wrath coming out again, put Techies just to get themselves out of the Nimbus. They can suddenly see your mines. There's not enough time to destroy them all, so he's just going to render them completely invisible. Still only 3 there, but hey. The Nimbus comes back. Celtic falls to Dota Ninjas. He just jumps in with the God Strength. Not even actually activated, so. 3 mines, though, nearly takes down the Sven, but then the Dagon finishes it. Mephisto takes down Tutu, but Danny falls as well, so it's currently a 2 for 2. Enchant Totem, 2 for 3. In comes Coob. They're going hard. Destroys the Nimbus. Bestie comes back in. Can he get this count? Can Coob get the kill on Noodles? Yeah, he can. Just keeps bashing him away with the spears. Mephisto's next on the menu, and that's 4 for 3. Phantom rush forward onto Shone, and Zeus is not geared for this kind of crap. That's a 5-man wipe. Quick buyback from Shone. The tier 3 has fallen in the bottom lane as well. And it didn't fall to a hero because they were all fighting, so hero siege creeps right there. Took down the tier 3 tower, did almost 200 damage to the range racks. That does not heal. Remember that, range racks do not heal. Tier 2 in the mid lane gone down to Coob as well, because Phantom Lancer, once he gets going, there's a reason he's called the Cancer Lancer. Because he just multiplies and kills you. I'm not trying to make fun of people with cancer either, because that is literally one of his nicknames, is Cancer Lancer. Also, fun fact, if you didn't know this, for those of you that did not, if you have Manta Style, the Manta Style illusions, hold that thought, Doppelganger to get out of there. But yeah, Manta Style illusions can trigger Juxtapose. They can proc that. Coob gets called back to base by Seldrick on the Keeper, who's using those boots of travel well to get around, because he pulls back Coob again. This actually makes split pushing a lot easier if you don't have to do boots yourself. If you don't have to do boots of travel yourself and just let your Keeper of the Light do it. Uh-oh. Coop's like, I see Zeus coming in, and there's probably going to be too many of them, so Doppelganger out. And again, good split push with the Keeper of the Light and the Phantom Lancer here. There goes the tier 2. There's no outer towers left for the Dire. 39 to 33. That is 72 kills. We're just about halfway there on the kill score. Little under halfway there on the game. Two observer wards planted at pretty much the exact same time by different people. Communication is important, folks. Coob goes onto the shrine, gets his illusion bugged for his trouble, but Mephisto is actually going to try and get the kill here. Not going to work out. The shrine, on the other hand, will still fall. Mephisto comes back in with the Shikuchi, just goes straight onto Gyro, burrow strikes for his trouble. Coob, meanwhile, does what Phantom Lancer does. He uses the illusion to distract and also escape after getting his objective. Another look at the levels. Everybody on the Radiant is 25. Only the Earthshaker and the Rubik on Dire are not. They're at 22 and 24. This is some high farm game. Let's take a look at the net worth. 26, nearly 27,000 net worth on the Phantom Lancer. 24,000 on the Sven. Even the Rubik, the lowest farm hero in the game, has an 8k net worth. Doesn't sound like a lot for a 55-minute game, but for a pure support Rubik, that is a very high amount. At any point, really. Burrow strike forward. And a good wave clear from Gyro. Well, mostly. Oh, they're gonna find Seldrick here unless he Glimmer Capes, and he did. Good two-man echo though. Time lapse back from the Weaver. Doppelganger out. None of those is the real Phantom Lancers. He's gone south. Recalled by the Keeper of the Light to base. So no kills in that fight. Burrow strike from Danny. Can he catch himself a techies? Yeah, they can, and they did. Who does? Mephisto takes him down, but the bomb did go off, so. Six remote mines just sitting there in the mid lane. Illuminate almost catches Shown, but not quite far enough. Even on a max charge. And the Dire are actually going to move in on, might be moving in on Roshan here again. That's a Dire Courier falls, nothing on it, but Danny falls next to Bestie. Gyro's already gone down to Mephisto. Sorry, Kubil's also fallen to Dota Ninja. Bestie falls to Shone. That's a 4 for 1. The Dire, they've got a great chance at Roshan here. That was a disaster. Danny, or Noogle's just picking himself up. Somebody else's Gem of True Sight. Dota Ninja moving in on Roshan, just starts smacking the big guy around. Does not have any lifesteal, unfortunately for him, so... super invisible bombs in the mid lane. I forget the explosion radius on the remote mine. 425 as opposed to 400. Okay, so it's slightly larger. If he'd set them off there, the Earthshaker would have died. Stasis bombs. There's just bombs everywhere with techies. Out comes the Nimbus, and he's not going to make it out of there. Gonna go back to buyback because that's going to become important pretty soon. Tier 2 in the mid lane gets fortified. Can they keep it up? Good ball lightning forward on the Mephisto, but it's not going to have any follow-up to it. Unfortunately, that activation was just a little too slow because the BKB went off. Bestie falls after Mephisto takes down the tower. Epicenter onto the Earthshaker, but oh, the Lotus Orb. Not sure how Spell Steal works on Lotus Orb, but good 3-man Echo Slam there in the mid lane. Make that a 4, right? No, it's still 3. Coob buys back. After he and Gyro fall. Bestie as well. You'll know Bestie with the Bloodstone has a much lower death timer, but it's down to 5 charges, so he loses 15 seconds off his respawn timer. That was not the real Phantom. Shown taking a ton of damage here from Seldrick, but unfortunately Dota Ninja jumps on him and cuts him to pieces. And he buys back. Down goes the first tier 3 for the Radiant side. They still have a tier 2 on the bottom lane, but meanwhile tier 2's in the mid and bottom lane have fallen for the Dire. And now they're being chased out here. Ball lightning come forward on the Mephisto. They've got to get this Weaver down. Fisher block trying for it, but not going to be quite there. Nimbus comes back. Out comes the God Strength of Dota Ninja. And this is why Sven is a great counter to Phantom Lancer. All he has to do is hit one of them, and he still hits all of them, basically. But it's not going to be enough to save him. Coob actually stays alive. Mephisto, they're trying to get Seldrick here. Can they get him? The Glimmer Cape is going to get him all safe. Double kill for Tutu as he takes down Shone and Ninja. Seldrick going bottom. So many bombs. Everybody's at 25 now. Let's do a quick little talent check, shall we? Things are quieted a little down. 10% spell layup, 40 attack speed, 10 intelligence, 3 mana regen up on Bestie for the Storm Spirit. Seldrick on the Keeper. 200 illuminate damage / heals, that's 700 max. 10% magic resist, 300 chakra magic mana, so that means he can restore up to... That's... Man, like, what am I doing? That's 900 mana restored, and 20 move speed. Meanwhile, Coob, 20 strength, 15 magic resist, 15% magic resist, 8 all stats, and 75 spirit lance damage. So he's gone a good aggressive build. Techies, just blow shit up. 250 damage. It's basically the Techie's own version of a unbreakable or undroppable Divine Rapier, which will show up in the game in just a bit. Plus 400 blast off damage, so this thing does 1400 damage. 200 cast range and 2 mana regen. And finally, Gyro on the Sand King on the Radiant. 50 health regen, which makes him incredibly tanky. 350 health, 50 Sandstorm DPS, and 5 armor. For the Dire, 20% cooldown reduction, 75 cast range, 150 health, and 60 gold per minute on the Rubik. Pretty good. The Weaver, Mephisto currently going on the Roshan again. 35% magic resist, 15 agility, 7 all stats, and 30 Shikuchi damage. We're going to actually stay here and watch the Weaver for a minute. As he gets turned into a pig. Oh, hold that thought. The fight started. Bestie jumps forward onto Mephisto. Can they get him? The blinding light knocks him back into the Roche pit. He actually time lapses, doesn't get a lot of health back, actually. Mephisto and Bestie just standing. The Nimbus is actually going to come out, but the fight's still going. Self-denial for Bestie, using the Bloodstone Pocket Suicide. Echo Slam onto... I think he just slammed on a... He slammed on an illusion. Gyro Bro Strikes down to the low ground. The Illuminate's going to come out. Did not hit anything, but... Gyro managing to get off the Lotus Orb, but not going to save him. 2-0. That does end the Roshan push. Newell's minus 2 second enchant totem cooldown, 40 echo damage, 50 damage himself, and 10 strength. So he's gone for some actually good aggressive, get in your face, punch it in kind of build. The Zeus, 200 cast range, plus half second lightning bolt mini stun. So it's done. Oh, Danny does fall to Seldrick on the side there. Illuminate, Chakra, and Sight the Vice. 15% magic resist, and 2 mana regen on the Zeus. And finally the Sven. 65 attack, 65 damage, 30 attack speed, 8 tall stats, and 6 strength. So he's gone just pure, I want to smash your head in with my sword. Drive me closer, I want to hit them with my sword. Ooh, Shone gets turned into a pig. Gets knocked up in the air and takes a bomb. Thunder God's Wrath comes out, but oh, a level. That's got to be a level 5 Dagon by this point. Yeah, that's level 5 Dagon. Zeus falls to Cube, who is currently just basically man fighting me. Two out of the 3 remaining standing members of the Dire. Dota Ninja falls to Tutu. Mephisto gets grabbed by the electric vortex. In comes the Phantom Army. The bomb goes off. And Mephisto falls 4-0 and a buyback already. The Radiant are looking to push this in the mid lane, but the Dire do still have buyback on all 3 of their dead people. Fissure stunned to block off the entrance for a second. There's actually a gap right here you can go up, I think. Yep. Coob doesn't care. He's just going to go straight on it. Just goes straight. Just starts chunking down the health on this Rax on his own. He's doing 293 damage per strike before armor. Which that means he's doing about 140, 150 damage per hit on this ranged Rax. Which is not down below 200 health. Gyro decides, I'm going to go fight Roshan myself. Unfortunately, Sand King is not a great Roshan fighter. Solo. Bottom Rax is under attack as well. Coob, doing his best, jumps onto Dota Ninja with a Spirit Lance, gets stunned up for his troubles. Out comes the God's Strength and the Nimbus. Can he get out of here? This is where something goes a little wrong. He actually was getting recalled by Seldrick, if you notice, but he used Doppelganger and it kind of denied it. Actually, no, he didn't recall yet. Sorry, that's my mistake. He's going to TP himself home. There, that's the recall. Oh, wait, recall gets canceled if you get hit. Yeah, I forgot. There's actually starting to build a bit of a minefield in the Radiant base. And yeah, if you're wondering about this, I'm gonna zoom in on this. That doll on Pudge's back is Dendy. There is actually a Dendy doll you can get for Pudge. 89 kills in 69 minutes, because that's how this game runs, folks. Danny calling missing. Techies, there's a couple of bombs in your way. Most pro games, you'll notice, don't go to this length, mostly because by that point the pros have figured out, okay, this is what you're doing, so I'm going to stop you. Or, this is what you're doing, there is no way I can stop you. Dire scan in their own jungle, don't find anything. That being said, Gyro is here, if they can come up behind him. Danny might. They have, the Dire actually have like no vision except for this one very deep ward. They did find him. They find Gyro. Reverse burrow strikes because of the Lotus Orb. Lots of Lotus Orb procs going off, and things are just going nuts here. Not gonna make it out of this one though. That Lotus Orb was doing a ton of work. Yes, Phantom Lancer even mocks the fact that picking up an illusion rune with him is kind of pointless and silly. The outer shrines are gone for both sides. There is literally not a single shrine left on the map outside the bases. So going top lane, recalling himself, the Phantom Lancer. And that's how you destroy some kobolds. Meanwhile, there's a Reaper bug just trying to eat Roshan. That's not going to work out for you, little guy. Illuminate hits the Roshan, sees nobody in there. Phantom Lancer Illusion's going in. Like I said, they can actually proc Juxtapose, because they are illusions of Phantom Lancer, so... Or illusions he created of himself. Illusions created from Phantom Lancer lasts for 8 seconds, while illusions created from other illusions last 4 seconds. Literally 1 out of every 2 of his hits should be getting an illusion proc, if it's him. If it's not, it's a little over 1 out of every 10. It's closer to about 1 out of every 12, I want to say? Yeah, 1 out of every 12 and a half. Oh, hold that thought. He gets found. Coop gets just found and destroyed. He's down for 2 minutes, unless he buys back. And he's got buyback, so... They find themselves the Keeper of the Light, and he's not going to make it. Ball lightning towards the mid lane to get away from the Weaver. Oop. Meanwhile, Danny dies to a bomb on the bottom lane, because... Yeah, he just walked into a 1,860 damage bomb of bombs. That's quite a bit, so... Burrow Strike plus Caustic Finale equals Empty Lane. Whereas this just equals the lane turns into a smoking crater. The Dire are going in on Roshan again. This time, let's see if they can finish it. Remember, Roshan does have a spell shield that blocks something a target spell every 15 seconds. This time Noogle takes it, so we have an immortal Earthshaker for a second. Oh, for, I think it's 6 minutes? Yeah, it's 6 minutes for the Aegis, minimum of 8 minutes on Roshan's respawn. Techie's starting to defend the base with a lot of mines. I mean, this is not a lot. Earthshaker has a haste room, but he's kind of stuck up on a hill. The Dire are starting to push in the bottom lane. Question is, oh yeah, they do actually have a Gem of True Sight. They still actually have Sand Kings. So remember, if you're playing Techies, make sure you actually, you know, do what he's about to do, which is Super Ward. Although the Dire now know this is here, and that's 8 bombs. Let's see, 8 level 3 remote mines is... Let's see, 2 of them is 1,500. So, 1,500 times 4, that's 6,000 damage. Meanwhile, Koob's sending in some illusions. He takes down the mid-range racks. So the first super creeps are going to be spawning any second now. Couple of super ranged. He did get trapped. He did get caught in the top lane, and he's going to stand and fight this. Echo Slam on him is going to be a ton of damage, so he's gone. They're currently dealing with a lot of split push right now. They're going to have a ton of push coming up the mid lane, considering super ranged creeps do 73 damage and have 655 health. That's quite a bit. More than some heroes have at first level. More than most heroes have at first level, if I remember right. Zeus just spamming out Arc Lightning because he can. I mean, it's a 2-second cooldown. Well, it's a 1.6 since... Huh. Although the Dire have made a good push here on mid lane, can they do anything with it? He still Spirit Lance, I'm not sure why that's so funny. Although he does have Ag, so this bounces to nearby enemies. Meanwhile, Tutu gets Dota Ninja again thanks to, well, the remote mines in the bottom lane. This is probably why I don't like Storm Spirit personally, folks. I mean, he just jumps around. I hate playing him too because he's annoying, but The Dire are doing their best to hold this top lane. This is their last of their non-tier 4 towers. But they've also having trouble holding the mid lane because of the super creeps. And with wave clear like Seldrick, this is gonna be difficult. Everybody's currently on buyback. Ooh, good blinding light and a good jump in from the Storm Spirit. They go straight onto this. Straight on the Rubik. Danny has stolen Spirit Lance. He's not going to be able to get out of this though, because he's kind of fighting uphill. Now he's just dead. Instant buyback from him though, because he knows he's got to help with the high ground here. Gyro doing his best to clear the wave out, get some damage done on this tier 3. Blast off from the techies, and a Hurricane Pike to help out the Weaver, who's currently being attacked. Mephisto in trouble. Double Nimbus out. 2-2 does fall to Shone. The Burrow Strike. Gyro is kind of stuck here. Bestie falls again with the craziness of the Lotus Orb. 3-0 and no tower to show for it. That said, Koob's still in the base. He did take down the bottom lane of Rax, so that's supers on 2.5 lane, or a lane and a half coming up. They might not have gotten the tier 3, but they did get the racks, which is important. Techies buys back. Remember, Techies mines do actually damage buildings. I mean, they only do 25%, so... Yeah, they only do about 190 damage, give or take. But techies can damage buildings with their mines. They're wondering, are there bombs at the top of the staircase? Of course there are. It's a techies player who has shown a rather high proclivity for, you know, nuclear detonations at your expense. That said, Mephisto has got the top racks are currently exposed, so Mephisto's already basically taken down one. God Strength gets popped. Dota Ninja comes in, just helps chunk him down. Noogles gets one, Dota Ninja gets the other. The bombs are starting to go off though. Yeah, getting back is a good idea. Invisible Rubik. This actually is a danger because now you have to be careful. Well, if you hadn't broken the invisibility right there. But if Rubik's invisible, you gotta be careful about what spells you cast in what order. Seldrick pulling Koob back to him. Thunder God's Wrath coming out again. Tier 2 on the bottom lane is gone. Looks like the dyer eyeing Roshan number 3. The Nimbus actually does decent damage to Roshan, not because it hurts him a lot, but because of the mini stun from the lightning bolt. The dyer are gonna get this, unless the Radiant move in right about now, but they're not. They're not in position. Oh, it's a Monkey King bar. Now we have an Immortal Weaver. Another Thunder God coming out. Gyro going to push top lane, finds himself up against Zeus if he's not careful. Invisible Rubik. Radiant are trying to push out, trying to get something done. Trying to get something going here. We'll see how that goes. Let's take a look at the items real quick. Bloodthorn up on Bestie. Nothing really surprising when you look at it, though. That being said, Koob did manage to pick up the Heart of Tarask, so his illusions are going to be tough as hell to kill. That said, Mephisto has one as well, and Dota Ninja I think works towards one. I'm not sure. That said, Koob is actually going hard on the mid lane on the racks. He's already done quite a bit of damage. He misses on the Doppelganger to get out though. Thunder God's Wrath falls through. Echo Slam onto the illusions does not kill him. Gyro falls. Koob trying to save himself, but Bestie jumps in with the ball lightning. It's caught. It's caught by he and Koob both get caught by the Fissure stun. Bestie's just gonna go all the way north. Koob trying to do something here, trying to get out. Noogles finds him. He jumps instead onto Shonen, but not gonna make it out of there. 2-0, but a little bit of damage done at least to the mid lane Rex. And there we have a pause, mostly because, yeah, the Radiant are trying to get a bathroom break, because, I mean, it's a 90-minute game at this point. That's an hour and a half of Dota. Makes sense when you think about it. No break. Breakfast break. Play all day. People are crazy, man. People be crazy. Rubik resumes this time. And Techies just repauses. Luckily this doesn't turn into a major pause war. This time the Earthshaker unpauses. Techies is like, okay, I'll fight you. Hurricane Pike. That's gonna end up with Techies going down, and the bomb comes off. Does take down Noogles. Bestie jumps in, goes straight on the Mephisto. Can he get this kill? Yeah, he can, but the Aegis gets popped. Dota Ninja is the next on the block. Gets pulled into a bomb. They do take down the mid lane range racks. They're going to get the mid lane racks, period. Bestie jumps forward with Ball Lightning, manages to find Shone, and then jumps out. Not a bad idea. Double damage on Mephisto. Noogles finds the Storm Spirit, and they just chunk him down. Mana leak on Noogles. He's got to stay still, or he's gonna lose his. He's gonna get stunned up from the mana leak. Just a couple of hits from Sven is enough to break down a creep wave because of that great cleave, and he's doing a ton of damage right now. Mephisto falls. Meanwhile, Bestie jumping all over the place. They manage to take down Noogles. Weaver buys himself back in. The tier 3 is under serious threat, though. Can they stop this? Yeah, they can. At least so far. But the mid laner Rack's taking a bit of damage, not enough to really worry about just yet. Playing on ahead, just ahead of the Illuminate wave. A little bit of a fight breaking out here. The Illuminate wave spam is just going to keep going. Spell Steal for Sandstorm. There goes Mephisto. He does not have buyback for another 6 minutes. This is a great time. That being said, Goob trying to take down the mid lane Arax. Stolen Epicenter. Good Echo Slam onto at least 3. Bestie managed to get out almost, except for the final Thunder God's Wrath shot. Seldrick, lone survivor of the top lane fight for Team Radiant. Only the Weaver died, or only the Weaver is still dead there. For the Dire. Coob, on the other hand, just deciding, I'm going to keep pushing mid lane. Sorry, zoned out for a moment. Actually, let's go for directed camera for a minute. Don't know why it's showing us Weaver considering he's dead, but... This is one of the times in the game where it just slows to a crawl. Which is funny to say considering it's been going on for 95 minutes, nearly 96. Just watching the Phantom Lancer illusions move up. He just got recalled to the top lane again. Oh, they found themselves a Zeus. The Spirit Lance comes out. He drops the Nimbus, but in comes Bestie as well. Can they get this kill easily? Yeah, they can. Secured. Mephisto and Danny are nearby, but can they get any revenge is the question. Dark Ninja's coming up. They see him. He pops the Godstring, throws at the Stormhammer onto Seldrick. Gets not quite enough to really kill him, but Danny's got an Epicenter channeled on top of the cliff. Which of course means Storm Spirit's like, okay, hey, free target. Nobody's died just yet. Seldrick goes down, there goes Dark Ninja's on a killing streak, mega kill. Seldrick falls to him and Danny falls to Bestie. Meanwhile, Tutu falls as well. Mephisto's down next. Double kill for Bestie as he takes out Noogles. He's just all over the place. Can't even get out of here. The Bloodstone's keeping him alive for now. Or I believe the Ball Lightning forward. Danny trying to do something here, but... Ooh, the shotgun not effective because of the because of the Lincoln Sphere. Meanwhile, Coob just goes down in the mid lane as he runs away from Shone and Dota Ninja. 3 for 3, both teams using a buyback on that one. But the Dire started to take damage on the tier 4. Again, the creeps are pushing it on the tier 4, so... something I'm keeping an eye out for. I think I mentioned it earlier, but we'll see who picks it up if... because I know it gets picked up at some point during this game. You don't see a Bloodthorn on the techies very often, but that's not what I'm thinking of. Back to farming. And defending. And getting ready to detonate enough ordnance to probably classify as a war crime. Most of the Radiant are staying in their base, whereas Gyro doing his best to split push and try and get something done here. There's actually something coming up that's you don't see very often in any level Dota, really. Good use of the dig in there, but not going to be enough. A lot of this is just posturing, although currently Coob is up on the top lane trying to push it in. This split push could work. Ball way far long distance ball lightning, but he managed to also get pulled back into the base. I don't know how he does that. And Dota Ninja's calling for them to retreat, because, yeah, there's some Phantom Lancers coming in. No damage on the mid lane or Rax anymore because the melees do heal, so... Again, the Lotus Orb doing work, but not going to be enough to save Gyro this time. Now Roshan is up again, so we'll see if anybody goes for it. The Radiant are now working pretty hard to defend their base. The Dire, not so much, but they're still trying. Switching over to Hero Chase again. The Dire are starting to position around Roshan. They're currently also up by 11,000 gold. In fact, they're going on the big guy here. Can they get him down quickly enough? Yeah, because the Radiant don't even seem to know. Yeah, I was going to say something and I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. The Illuminate comes out. Mephisto just walks into another stasis trap. And again with the ball lightning trick. Take a quick look at the last hits. 992 on the Phantom Lancer. Like I told you, there's over 1,000 last hits in this game. 51,000 net worth on the Sven. Some good damage there on the Earthshaker and the Weaver. Now the problem here for the Dire is that Zeus, like I said, he can do some decent clear on the Phantom Lancer, but his mana reserves are the weakness. If Phantom Lancer could close in, he's got a level 2 Diffusal Blade. 2-2 falls in the bottom lane, but that's a ton of bombs going off already. Bestie jumps forward, straight on the Mephisto. Can he get something going here? Epicenter goes off. While this is all going on, Coob is actually taking down the tier 3 on top lane. But the Dire are trying their best to take down the tier 3 on the bottom lane. Coob shifts into the mid lane. He's going to take down the mid lane of Rax on his own. Meanwhile, the top tier 3 is gone. That's two lanes of supers for the Radiant, 2 lanes of supers for the Dire. The Aegis gets popped. Mephisto does fall. Buys back. But the Radiant have the Megas here, folks. That's still not game. 107 minutes. We've still got 15. We've still got about... Actually, we've got about 25 minutes to go. There goes the Sven. Ends up basically being a 2 for 2 across the map. 2 for 4, I'm sorry. 4 buybacks. And actually a dieback from the Rubik. Seldrick trying to get out of here. Wipes out the creep wave before he goes. Throws out the Rod of Atos and the Scythe of Vice. So Zeus gets turned into a paralyzed piggy. Now they did manage to expose the Rax, but like I said, the Radiant have the Megas. But we're still going. Like I said, 12,000 gold. 12,000 net worth lead for the Radiant so far. Ball lightning into the middle of the enemy team, but ran back out again for Bestie. Geometry site just sitting on the ground here. Stasis trap catches shown. Mephisto comes in. He's focusing the racks. He actually gets the first one. Gets the range racks down. Buyback from Coob. There, Cedric falls down as well. He also buys back. There's megas for both sides. That's what I was talking about a second ago. This is counter. This is megas versus megas, folks. And also, we have a Weaver with a Divine Rapier. And he's gonna fall. Actually, there he goes. The Divine Rapier is on the ground. Nobody notices it at first. Ultra kill for Bestie. But a buyback from the Zeus. Nobody has buyback. All of it's on cooldown. And the Rapier is just sitting on the ground. And like I said, megas are on the march for both sides. Also, yeah, that is a stolen remote mine. Danny managed to steal that during the last fight, so... I do like the fact the courier goes and gets the geometry set. The courier cannot pick up a drop Divine Rapier, remember that. That's why that's still there. The Dire just keep pinging it out. Yes, there are Mega Siege groups. They don't look any different, but I still like to look at the Mega Dyers better. Oh, Dyers or Megas actually give you... That's odd. I guess because they got the Megas second. The Radiant coming in. They're trying to get to these tier 4s. Stolen Burrow Strike. Bestie's jumping around like a pinball more than anything, really. And the Rapier is still just sitting on the ground. This is actually pretty sneaky. Mephisto, like I said, they've been picking it out. The Radiant still have not gotten a hold of it. So Mephisto comes in, pops his BKB just to pick up the Divine Rapier, just so he can get it back. So he's actually hitting for 602 damage before armor. Although he's also taking away armor, so... I still don't get how he's doing that, but... Phantom Lancer actually does some really good D-push even against the Megas here. He also did manage to finish his butterfly, so he's got some. He doesn't have to dodge really because the Weaver has a Monkey King bar, but. Meanwhile, Gyro doing his best again on the top lane. He's committed to pushing this top lane on his own. Thunder God's Wrath coming out. Double damage from Mephisto. Coob gets pulled back. Yeah, this is what I've talked about with a lot of mines. Let's take a look at this. The entire Radiant base. There is nowhere the Dire can step except for like right up here near the top lane. And in fact, that's it. If they can get down to the fountain, that's about the only places the Dire can safely walk in the Radiant base without getting blown up. I mean, yeah, they all have a good chunk of health. Let's see. 2165, 3000, 4060, 20, almost 25, 3280. Huh. I guess because he's got a Heart of Tarrasque as well. Wait, no, it's because the Earthshaker has a Heart of Tarrasque and Sven doesn't. Okay. This is where things start to get a little scary for both sides, because one big mistake is all one side needs. And if Weaver falls and one of the Radiant gets a hold of the Rapier, that's pretty much game. Radiant gearing up for a team fight here in the mid lane, but there's nothing there to fight because the Dire keep backing off. Seldrick going to the right, going to the bottom lane. Pull Coob over there. This is the slow grind style that a lot of people are used to with teams like Alliance. It's like you might be able to beat them in a straight up team fight at this point, but you're not going to straight up team fight them because they're not going to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Radiant are actually very capable of fighting right now. Coob jumps in on Roshan himself. Bestie joins him. Now, Phantom Lancer's not a great Roshan fighter just because his main trick, Juxtapose, Roshan instantly kills illusions. They can still kill it, of course, and he's got, or he used to have a Vlad's, but... Question is, are the Dire going to figure this out and do anything about it? No, they don't actually have Vision of the Pit. This is going to take a while, but Roshan is going to fall. Illuminate comes through to heal. Actually, no, it's not going to heal because still 2 minutes off of daylight. Mephisto, he's going to figure it. He figures it out too late. The Aegis gets picked up by the Phantom Lancer. That's our 4th Roshan of the game. 135 kills so far, and we're at 118 minutes. We're nearly at the 2-hour mark here. And it's getting dangerous for the Dire to even get anywhere near the Radiant base. Yeah, they can they can attack these and destroy the remote mines, but while you're doing that, the Dire or the Radiant could just jump on you. Kind of like what they did with Mephisto here. Mephisto is down. The Rapier is down as well. Drops them. He puts the Mantis Stone in his backpack. Picks up the Rapier. This is a super powerful Phantom Lancer. He jumps onto Shone. Just starts chunking down the Zeus. Sven falls. Zeus bites back immediately. 2-2 falls to Noogles. It's currently 2 for 2, but 2 buybacks on the Dire side. Stolen Spirit Lance. Danny gets used as a drop point. Coob does have the Aegis, so killing him right now will not drop the Rapier. It's just gonna break the Aegis. Coob's still here. He does get stunned up and turned into a pig, but he's still fighting tough. They're going on to Sven. Or no, that's the Zeus, I'm sorry. Coob still has the Aegis, or not the Aegis, he's still got the Rapier, and he's got his Manta back. Noogles, they do manage to take him down. The Divine Rapier is back on the ground. Mephisto gets it right back. Currently 2 buybacks on the Radiant side. All the buybacks have been used on the Radiant now. That fight went a little weird. Literally everybody died during that one fight. 3 buybacks on the Radiant side. All 5 of the Dire bought back. Wasn't technically a wipe on either side because neither side was dead. That's a ton of bombs going off. He has to time-lapse to get out of it. Mephisto is out of mana. Yeah, he's good to call for help. He's still got the Rapier. If he falls now, with nobody having buyback on either team, Bestie down, but he'll be back up in 80 thanks to that Bloodstone. I mean, 80 charges, 80 seconds is a long time for a Bloodstone charge, but then again, it's also a short amount of time at the 2-hour mark. Gyro going hard on a Mephisto here. He wants him. They do take down... Sultra takes on Noogles on the back lines. The Spirit Lance comes in, takes down Mephisto. The Divine Rapier is on the ground. Coob picks up the Rapier again. The only 2 remaining of the Dire are retreating with good reason. All the Dire buybacks are on cooldown, so if the Radiant go now, there's a good chance. Gyro pushing up mid lane on his own. Seldrick calling up 2-2. The Radiant are in the base, and Coob is just going straight on the tier 4s, jumping all over them. He's gonna chunk them down real quick with the Radiant, with the Rapier in hand. Danny gets taken down by the Shiva's Guard, and the Radiant win this one, folks. 122 minutes and 22 seconds, 69 kills to 81. Radiant win this one. This was just a crazy game. Crazy back and forth, a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did. Here's to another year of RanDOTA, folks. If you enjoyed, please leave a comment down below. I know this one was a long one. This is a marathon game, probably the longest RanDOTA I've ever done. Remember, folks, if you want to send me a match to check out, send me the match ID number. I picked this one up off of Twitter. I can also find them on there. And hey, I have been D. Next week we'll go back to the regular RanDOTA where it's not a marathon game. But good night, and good gaming.